Howdy, everybody. I'm still Geno D, and this is HRH TV. And welcome to the couch, Schnauser.
Hey,
Thanks,
couch.
nice to meet you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Schnauser.
Here we are,
Okay.
part of Schnauser.
All right. I was going to say, who's the German one?
German one. The dog.
The dog. He's like a mascot. We're going to do a giant one and make him a bit like Eddie, but cooler, obviously.
But cooler.
Yeah, way cooler.
We're gonna have to
More
do that
fun.
now.
I'm quite into that idea. That's a brand new idea we never discussed before. You heard it here first.
But why Schnauzer?
I think it came from Al's. He just thought it was a funny name. You know, the funny dog. There used to be a program. Oh, what was the program called? I can't remember it now.
Not good eye.
Spaced, and they on UK TV, and they had a very funny little dog in there, Colin the Schnauzer, and I think it came from that. Quite prosaic answer.
Okay. Well, that explains that.
Yeah.
So how does that affect your music?
It means that we get lots of website hits for small breeds of dog.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, so how's the pedigree?
Exactly. We did very well at Crufts this year, apparently.
Describe your sound, because it's not what your typical prog.
No, no, I don't think so. I mean, let's see. There's a touch of like the Canterbury thing in there. There's a kind of a Zappa influence in terms of getting a bit of humour in, and I think that's important to what we do.
Oh,
we don't
definitely.
want to sort of give it the sort of old life sucks angle, which a lot of people do.
We've got too much short attention spans for that. So.
Yeah.
But this is prog. I mean, I thought this was supposed to be about butterflies, unicorns, utopian societies, and 20-minute epic one.
We
one
managed
song.
16 minutes.
16 is the longest we've got so far.
I guess what I really take from the
I'll
genre
happily
of prog.
do 35.
I mean,
10-minute
growing up-
jazz solo bit,
Yeah,
to
why
really
not?
express myself.
I mean, growing up, the first kind of music I listened to were bands like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, and that was probably a bit out of kilter when I grew up. I was a bit behind the times probably. But what I took away from
But I was just like 80s. I want something, where people can play and they're being a bit cosmic, and as you say, there's all these other concepts involved, and I went from punk to metal to prog. Was my
good progression. I mean, what I took
the
away,
80s teen progression.
what I took away from a lot of that is a lot of these bands in the 70s. They had humour, and it's from us. I think our prog element is the humour. Bands like Hatfield in the North and Soft Machine, the deadpan lyrics of Robert Wyatt. There's this particular kind of tongue-in-cheek humour that runs all the way through it, which really grabbed me from an early age and really attracted me to it. And then putting all these weird chord changes and weird stop and start bits, and that for me, I just grew up with that being normal music. I suppose.
Me too. It's like
stuff
when
that
I moved
hardwired.
on from prog stuff and started listening to whatever Peel was playing, the stuff which appealed the most was always the things which would be influenced by Beef Art, for example. It was always people who are doing something different,
Yeah.
Bands like the
Totally.
Cardiacs.
The
in the 80s
Cardiacs and
particularly.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's a very long answer.
Yeah, long answer.
Yeah, you can almost write an epic on it.
Yeah, maybe.
The latest album, was released when?
2014.
Yeah.
Protein for Everyone.
Yeah.
So are you guys working on new stuff, or
New stuff is being recorded, is in the mix phase, and should hopefully be coming out October on the same label, Esoteric Antenna. That's certainly the plan, and Mark from the label certainly says that's the plan too. So
you guys just have to deliver?
yeah, we just had to deliver, but we're on the ball, we're on the case. It sounded cool. We like it.
I was going to say, is it going to go down the same line, or have you just totally revamped and gone in a different direction with this one?
No, it's not a total revamp. It's kind of there's new things going on, but it sits in the context of the band's overall oeuvre.
in that we like to mix things up. So we've got a few new sounds. We've got Dino now on saxophone. So that's bringing a new element to the whole band that we didn't have on the last album. So he's sadly wasn't with us today. Actually,
that was Lorenzo, but Lorenzo's hot. He came in, you know, young guy, just went, oh, it goes like this.
Yeah, he was
so we're like, yeah, Lorenzo is cool.
So we got Dino in, so there's a sax element in there, and we were exploring a bit more. I've got the synths for the first time, so there's a bit more kind of not electronic-y, but old school disco. Really, we're having fun. It's an album that sounds fun, basically.
Which for argument's sake, is probably going to upset the old school in the prog.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I think it depends. Certainly from the reactions of people so far in the crowd, it's just like nothing but positive.
Well, I think
they're the ones that like us, obviously.
I was going to say, but again, the lineup that you guys have been playing with, there is this new, what I would call a new breed of prog that's going out there, which is has been able to take a lot of these influences, like what you guys have had, mix it up for a number of reasons. And, you know, so for, you know, certain comments to be made in the last couple of weeks about the state of prog, you know, being the same old repetitive stuff over and over again, couldn't be more wrong. And
exactly, because it's not actually prog. What prog was originally about was a progression from, you know, it was thought that rock music had to be a few minutes long and in a certain format. It was like, why does it have to be? You know, and that's, you've got to apply that concept to what you're doing now, that open-minded thing.
Yeah. And I think there's such a wide range now, you know, with you know what gets reported in, say, Prog magazine and things like that. You've got the metal end of things, which is great and really technical precision. And then you've got bands like Knife World, which is, you know, continuing in the cardiac tradition, and a band that we really liked playing with last year, Kit and Pyramid, as well, who's doing similar to us, just maybe odd pop music almost, which doesn't do what you expect it to do, and goes off at tangents. And I think that's where we fit in, really.
I mean, that's a good thing, and it's also refreshing for the scene in itself, because you know, excuse me, if people are actually opening up and looking for something new, then there is this whole new genre that's there.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see bands like yourself actually getting up and having some bloody fun with it.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
Oh, we have fun.
That's what I think is very important. Yes.
Anything you would say to your fans out there?
Fans out there, hey fans, I hope you're watching this. Here we are for you. Yo. Spreading positive vibrations from HRH Prog.
Thank you so much for
stay
supporting
tuned.
us over the
Stay
years.
tuned, yeah. New record soon. Yeah. It's going to be good.
We've had such a good, lovely support from the prog community over like the last 2-3 years. It's really blossomed, and so many new fans today have come up and just give us a hug and said, "Oh, you guys were great," and it just really means a lot. It really makes
It's nice to know that, you know, people are getting into what you're doing. It always is, like, whatever thing you're doing, you know.
Well, on that sentiment, all I can say is this: I'm still Geno D.
Hey, Dino.
And this is Geno.
Geno, sorry, man.
I got the Schnauzer bit right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
I was going to say, and they're still Schnauzer. And you've been watching HRH TV. Thanks for watching us. We'll catch you later on down the road.